And, Bill's a savvy actor.
Now, Bill's going to be on the show with us, and he's going to go, but, Georgie, you don't know what you're talking about. I gave it my all. You're criticizing my... And that's what you got to say.
I've never mumbled.
Bill, you're lying. In fact, we're going to wheel out a lie detector. What do you
Bill,
think?
You've had him on the show here.
What?
You've had him here.
I've had Bill on a million times. I love him. I got to dinner with him.
You had dinner with him.
I certainly did.
He's a charming guy.
Charming.
He's delightful.
Delightful.
Yeah. It's a facade. He's an actor.
You're a list, if he doesn't see you as important,
exactly.
That's what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Now, all of a sudden, you're on the scene. He's ready
I'm
for
a
you.
supporting actor.
Bill, have you ever mumbled through a scene? Bill, are you attracted to me and Torian?
He'd come in for a day or two, as evidenced by the part he played, and then on the movies, there occasionally. I didn't know the man.
He's saying you were there occasionally. You barely were part of it.
In every scene on the, and I'm not a Trekkie, but in every scene on the bridge, George is in there.
I mean, he's painting you here like you're a day player,
like an extra,
like an extra.
Exactly.
You weren't important to the.
You were fucking extras. And Bill was fucking
Shut up.
Hey,
that's not going to be in the book.
Way before Brad.
That happened a few times.
I had a few sword fights.
Listen, there were a lot of good-looking extras.
We had some cute ones.
Oh, no.
There's the book.
Want to go to the baths?
But there's a lot to discuss here. Here, listen more. Let's see what he has to say. Yeah.
But he's continued to speak badly about me for all these years. Now,
badly? He's on here saying that you were an extra on Star Trek. Of course he would speak badly.
I don't know why he just picks on me, because all the others have shared that comment. In fact, Nichelle is quoted in his book.
Uhura
is quoted in his book as first having told him that, she said, and this is a direct quote, Bill, we all hate you. And Bill, wrote, I was astounded. I had no idea. He writes that in his book. Nichelle told me that, they all hate.
Wasn't she was a lover of Gene Roddenberry's, not Bill's.
Gene Roddenberry.
Right, okay.
Howard, I'll back George up on this, too. Me and Benji have discussed this sometimes. There's certain guests who come in here, and like Paul McCartney, when he came in here, after the interview, he says hi to me and Benji. He makes a point to say, hey,
Hi, guys.
Really nice. And he doesn't just see you, Robin, and Fred, and Gary. He's like, hey, guys, how you doing back there? Francis Ford Coppola, the same thing. Right. But there are a couple of guests, two in particular, and I think Benji concurs here. I don't want to speak for him, they have tunnel vision for you and Robin, and they do not say, it's as if we don't exist, and you're standing a foot from them, and William Shatner is one. William Shatner and Joan Rivers in particular.
Really? Those two?
All they see is you.
Right.
And then Robin will come out and say hi to Robin. It's as if we're like the Wall or something. It won't, hey, how you doing, whatever. And and Shatner is one of those guys.
Oh, yeah. Well, I might bring you in as a special witness.
I love it.
I might have to bring you in to...
this is going to be like a court trial.
I'm coming in.
Bill, for my next witness, I'm going to call in Mr. Artie Lang, who claims you look right through him like he's a wall.
Wait a minute. I've never seen this person.
It'll be a court-martial.
I've never met the man.
he obviously hiding his homosexuality.
That was
talk
true.
About festering and not living the truth of your life and feeling badly about yourself and being fearful that somebody will find out this terrible, terrible secret. So he thought. Finally, at the age of, I think, 70, he decides to come out of the closet and say, I'm gay. Like, who cares?
Oh, my
Be gay, don't be gay. That's up to you, George. You'd think there would be an epiphany at some point where George might have said, poor Bill Shatner. He is such a lonely, desperate, unhappy man that he did all these terrible things to me, which I can't remember. I presume he can remember all these terrible things that I must have done when I said hello or something to him. But you'd think he'd have this epiphany and say, yeah, I hope that, because he and I don't have many years left in this world, I wish him well. I'm so happy that I wish him well. But instead, what he does is he makes this big deal about not inviting me to his wedding. Well, if I was such a terrible force in his life, even 40 some odd years later, because I haven't seen him, that I affect his marriage, where he has to isolate it and say, what kind of sickness is going on? And there must be something else inside George that is festering.
Besides Brad?
And makes him so unhappy that he takes it out on me, in effect, a total stranger.
Oh, my God.
Well, it's possible that he just wanted to invite just the intimate people in his life.
But why would he go out of his way to denigrate me?
Yeah. It has been and will be a mystery.
That's right. And it's sad that the man can't find enough peace in his life to either
denigrate,
say, be positive and say, I forgive him for whatever those hurts were, or to shut up about it.
Yeah.
It's sad. I feel nothing but pity for him.
Clearly.
Wow.
That is some,
there was one truth to that. I was hiding my homosexuality.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean that it can't be true that he was sort of mean to you and treated you as if you were a bug.
Right.
And it proves your point when he says, oh, George, I don't even know him. I saw him on the set a few times.
And yet he wants to come to our wedding.
And yet he knows enough about him to figure out, to psychoanalyze him.
Yeah. It would be a fascinating hour into the mind of Bill Shatner.
And we live in different times. In the 60s, it could have caused George work to come out as being gay. George did that for a very real, important reason.
That is it.
One thing I know about you, it's true you were closeted for a long time, but you're one of the friendliest, nicest people. You'll help out anybody.
I
don't think it adversely would have affected your relationship with Bill Shatner. I think you were saying, gee, I wish Bill was nicer to me. That's all.
Well,
I wish you...
If you were just truthful. If he
could come out and say, I don't like George, that would be something.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't.
And if he had a little introspection, you would know how he behaves with the other members of the cast. As witnesses, I could call the rest of the cast, Leonard included.
I'm probably going to ask you to bring everyone with you.
Leonard,
that would help.
Leonard has given me awards at awards banquets. When people give awards to.
It would be helpful for the hour if Leonard would sit down and just be truthful and say, Bill, you are a little bit arrogant around these people who did not have as big a part as we did, and you haven't been that gracious or kind.
That's right.
And George did have a big part.
Well, listen.
It's been whittled down.
Yeah, well, listen. This is going to be a great hour of television.
Well, I hope you can pull it off. You would be the magnet for him to be attracted to that.
Yes.
Although he also knows that you are a keen
I'm a sly
interviewer.
One. Yes. Well, I'd be fair, though. I'd be fair to both sides. I'd say, I'd
that's
turn
what
to
he's
you,
afraid of.
And I'd say, hey, George, what about that? Are you focused, for the last 40 years, are you a little bit too focused on William Shatner?
It sounds like he has the sickness.
Right.
Yeah, talk about psychosis.
I would suggest to A&E that might be the most entertaining hour of television in the last 20 years.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. You just give me a couple of weeks' notice so I can prepare my clips and my witnesses.
Bill's going to play that Humphrey Bogart part in K Mutiny.
Yeah.
Mr. Christian.
Our friend George.